Well, hello, hello. How you doing today?
Good.
Good.
How
How
are
are
you
you?
doing, Paul?
Oh, doing wonderful. Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you on with us today because this movie's so sweet and it's so good, and it's kind of the kind of what we need right about now, I think, right?
No
For
question.
sure. Definitely feel that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of dark stuff going on in the world and a lot of bad news. And so to have something like this, I was watching it and just thinking, you know what? This is a breath of fresh air. And so, I know you've been waiting to get it out there in the world a little bit longer, but no one can predict these times, but it's the right time now, right?
Yeah, I was just Frank and I were talking about earlier that there's I love my Superman as much as anybody, but the movies that really move us are the ones where, you think about it afterwards and you talk about it and that it can affect, important thought, conversation, and even change in people. So that's what was one of our main focuses.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, real life superheroes because there are people that we know and love that sometimes have almost greater stories than the superhero stories, right?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I know that it's it's always tough putting out a movie and set and being on a set isn't always as fun as we think when we're kids growing up. But this one actually looked like it was a nice, fun set, like a good group of people. Do you have some good memories from the set?
Well, we have some great memories from the set. It happened to be a really good group of people. I know that a lot of productions say that, but we were fortunate to just have just super talented people, super nice people, and a pleasure to work with. And the only thing that wasn't a pleasure was the heat that we had to
Oh,
deal with. And that was a tough part. So we were fortunate to have really good people because it would have been terrible to have people that were not so great and having to deal with the heat. But we had 105 plus heat every day for a week and a half on the golf course, and it was brutal in that respect. But we got through it, and mostly, like I said, because of the attitude of our people who were just excited to be there and really believed in the product, and so we had a really good experience for sure.
Yeah, somebody said to me one long, long time ago, kind of beginning of my career, they said, always remember this, and we work hard. Like, make no mistake, it's fun, but you work hard, long
Mhm.
days. You know, we're having lunch when you're going home, like for a lot of people, right? And somebody said, the worst day on a set is better than the best day in an office, and I firmly believe that. And it's part of our sort of social media marketing campaign. We've been releasing a lot of behind the scenes videos and stuff that I kind of forgot about. And now I'm seeing it again. I'm like, oh yeah, that was so much fun. And I remember that and people joking around and making the best of the heat and just yeah, we have no bad day memories. There's never a day where we were like, let's just get through today and then we'll reset.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. Well, of course, I'm taking the heat for you right now. I'm here deep in the heart of Texas where we're under a heat advisory. So, I know exactly what you were feeling.
Yeah, that was the summer of 2023, where, as you'll remember, was epic. And Frank's in the North Dallas area himself, so
Yes. Yeah. Well, I know that a lot of people look up to what both of you do, and you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what advice would you have for somebody that sees this and says, you know what, I'm going to tell great stories too?
Well, it's one of the things we talk about a lot of times is about putting one foot in front of the other and
Mm,
just start with an idea, and you never know where that's going to take you. But don't give up. And I never necessarily had the vision that it has to be a movie that goes to theaters. I remember when I was first writing it, and I asked a couple other people to help in the writing process. We all said if it never gets made, it was worth what we're doing right now. It was an enjoyable experience to write this script, and it really was. So you really have to enjoy all the aspects of the production part of putting it together, or you're going to be miserable because it is hard work, like Dave said. But if you don't love it, I wouldn't do it if you don't love it.
yeah. And you gotta push through it. It's like everybody has a script idea.
yeah.
Not many people are able to actually write and finish a script, even if it's the first pass or your first finished product isn't that good, you just keep working on it and you make it better and you make it better. But the real, just getting that first one done. So, and just remember, it's all about story. It's
No.
all about story. Good cinematography, good music isn't going to save a bad story.
That is true. Well, so you'll like this. This is a good Texas tie-in then. My co-host is Drew Pearson, of course, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. So we got to ask you your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. Might be this, might be something else. Sometimes we have a few of them.
Well, for me, it definitely was this production, going for it, and it becomes real serious when you finally get the funds and the backing financially, and then you're like, oh man, we got to make some really good decisions now. We got the funds. This is really happening, and that was a special moment for me for sure. And we going down the road of getting a casting director and Dave being on board already, of course, and then getting actors on board, and that was it was a real surreal kind of an experience for me for sure.
Yeah, for me, I feel like I should say it was a movie, but actually, there was a moment in my career where um, I gave up a full-time, good paying, great lifestyle job. My office was 5 minutes from where I lived. Everything was comfortable to take a chance, a leap of faith, to take on a project that was ridiculous to think we could pull it off. Back in 2007, I was one of the producers of Live Earth, the concerts for climate and crisis,
Hmm.
the the big 24 hours of music around the world to bring attention to the climate crisis. And the guy who called me had been my boss. We had worked at AOL in production there, and he called me and he said, "I want to hire you to do this job." And he said, "It's it's going to be impossible. We probably will fail miserably. Uh, 24 hours of music, concerts around all seven continents, the biggest artists in music, broadcast around the world, largest audience ever to watch a entertainment program." And I was like, why should I leave my job, my security? I've got young kids, to do that. And his answer was, because if we pull it off, we'll be rock stars. And so I did it, and it was probably dumb to do at the time, but it made a monumental difference in my career and also how I approach things, it was meaningful too. It was like, okay, let's see, largest largest broadcast in history television, check. Save the planet, check. The only problem was now what?
Yeah.
But then opportunities like this fall into my lap, and so.
Oh, that's so cool. And well, part of that is your outlook, and we talk about this on the show too. What is it that each of you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path always? Is there something you tell yourself or something that you just keep in mind that's your North Star, so to speak?
Well, I my faith, of course,
Hmm.
and and the concept of, as I said before, putting one foot in front of the other, just focusing
Yeah.
on one thing and really keeping focus on it. Just like in golf, it's very apropos for
Yeah.
golf because they have a bad hole and they got to put that out of their mind. There's actually a stat that after you get a double bogey, what you do on the next hole. And it's the guys that can put that out of their mind and just put one foot in front of the other and do the next thing, keep their mind focused on the next thing. And that's what we did. We kept our mind and energies focused on the next step, and that was huge for us. It paid off.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. For me, it's just my little kind of one word mantra has always been yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I've had some of the most remarkable experiences of my life. And again, I've been so fortunate. I've gotten to do things in this business and meet people and experience things that most people never, ever, ever could come close to getting to do. but it's all been because I've just looked at an opportunity and I just said, yes, like what's the worst
Mhm.
that's going to happen here? I fail and
Yeah.
I've learned something, right? But in general, that's not the case. And again, like bringing it back to the movie, it's like
Mhm.
Frank comes to me. He's never directed a movie before. He's written the script that, is too long to produce for a feature film. Yet it's like, yes, let's do this. Worst case, I'm working with one of my closest friends on a project that'll just be fun that may never get made. But now look, here we are about to see it in theaters around the country. So,
Wow, that's wonderful.
yes.
Well, last thing before we let you go, of course, the movie the entertainment value is great, but there's a lot going on here. There's a lot being said. What is it that both of you hope that people will take away or think about after they see this? Because I know there'll be a lot of people talking about it.
Yeah, well, my hopes is that they understand that true victory is something that they don't necessarily you get from a trophy or from a title. But it's choosing to do the right thing when you know it's the right thing, and choosing to do that, even when it's hard and tough. We all have tough decisions in our life. No one scoots through life without tough decisions. You just don't. And this is kind of an encouragement to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would echo that as well. I'd add to it that, um, you know, gifts in life can come from unexpected people and unexpected places, just
Mm-hmm.
as Jeremy learns with Ethan. And so I hope that message gets across also.
And certainly will. Well, thank you both so much for your time. Thank you for making this movie. We're going to tell everyone to check it out and bring the whole family, which is great. We need more of those too. So thank you so much. And we'll look forward to talking to both of you again soon.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Paul. Really
Hey,
appreciate
thank you so
being
much.